Wouldn't it be wild if we started on you sneezing? That brings us into the from a black screen. I'm kind of tempted now.
You could.
I could do that. Okay, real quick before we start, there's two things that the viewers have to know, or the listeners, depending on how you are enjoying this. One, this episode has timestamps. You will notice either in the timeline on desktop or also mobile, probably. You can skip around. Other thing you need to know is that you do not need to watch this from the beginning of the whole series or even this season. You could literally jump in here if you want. I just want to make this, as accessible to new viewers as possible. Just letting you guys know that. If you do want a more thorough explanation, introduction of what this show is, then you can listen to the introduction for the first episode of this season. There should be a playlist in the description. Okay, I think that's all the essentials. So let's just hop right into it. Hello, guys. I am Void of Voidblivion, the channel that you are watching this on, and I'm joined here with my sister, Cassie.
Hello.
And we are here to talk about Judge Dredd, a comic series. And usually we do talk about comics, but this is an unusual episode, an unusual season, because we are actually talking about the 1995 Judge Dredd movie called Judge Dredd. We literally just finished watching it. We walked up here, started recording about roughly 15 minutes after we stopped the movie. We finished the movie. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that today. And I don't think this episode is going to be as long as they tend to go. I can't see this going over an hour. But yeah, before we start, I will be, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you see a video portion, I am going to be playing a game in the background. But the music will be fading out right about now. We're not going to have the sound playing for the game, just because that can get a little distracting. So anyway, let me just boot this up real quick, and then we're going to get going. Okay. I will start by saying that this movie actually happened to be my first introduction to Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
I knew nothing.
Okay, so I need to ask because I wanted to also ask you this before getting into it. So this movie, the 1995 movie, was your first introduction to Judge Dredd.
Yes.
When did you watch it, and did you watch it with people?
So this was years ago.
Okay.
This was years ago.
Do you remember how old you were?
It might have been while I was still going to college, I think.
Okay. So did you watch it with like college roommates?
No, so I watched it actually at home with mom and dad. Did
mom and dad introduce you to this movie?
No, I just suggested.
Oh. I
was interested in it. I knew about it. I knew of it.
Okay.
But I did not know anything else.
So what were your initial thoughts when you first watched the movie way back when?
I thought the movie was fun.
Okay.
And it actually was half the reason why I got interested in the comics.
Okay.
I immediately after seeing that one, I actually saw the second Judge Dredd movie.
Okay.
So the combination of seeing those two, and I was like, but I want more. So then I was like, okay, eventually I want to read the comics. And then lo and behold, I started reading them, and with you.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I did not know, again, I will say I did not know anything about Judge Dredd when I saw the first movie, that 90s movie. I just thought it was fun. Now that I've read 4.5 volumes of the comic, you do notice some things are different.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So just to clarify, when you watched the movie the first time back in college, you liked the movie. You thought it was good?
I thought it was decent. And you know what? I'd still say it was fun.
But it's fun good.
Maybe. I mean, the movie, I will say that the movie definitely, between the two movies I've seen, it definitely nails the look down. And it also okay, look.
Okay, because
no, I'm not going to try and defend this, but
when you told me about the movie, you told it And I was kind of assuming like the movie was good.
I never said that.
Did you have any sort of self-awareness that the movie was bad?
I kind of, as we progressed through the volumes of the comics, I was kind of like, okay, I'm starting to see some discrepancies here, some differences, some big differences,
huge differences.
It was still fun,
I guess, but the writing was bad.
Yeah. I'm not going to try and defend it. Yeah, I know the writing was bad, and not just because of the differences, the what's the word I'm looking for? The inaccuracies.
Yeah.
To the comic. Even taking that out of consideration. Yeah. I mean, look, I will admit the first time I saw this movie, I kind of like in the back of my mind, I was kind of like, oh man, I don't know how much of this is actually accurate. Yeah. I feel like they're kind of superhero-ifying this guy, but whatever. I don't know. And you know what? Ignorance is bliss. At the end of the day, ignorance is bliss.
Look, I'm just going to say that I would not have known what the fuck was going on.
If that was your first exposure.
Yeah.
Right.
And even with the context of reading the comics, I still had trouble following that plot. Like, what even was the plot?
The plot was Dredd's brother, Rico Dredd, broke out of prison and wanted to overthrow the system and start killing people?
So that was it?
They never said why he was killed. Oh, no, wait. No, they did say that he was like a criminal. He came out a criminal in the... Okay, look, there's a lot we're glancing over here. There's a lot to go over here. There's a lot to unpack.
But I don't, what was his motive? Like, I'm still confused. Like, I was still confused what was going on.
The motive was to do crimes. I don't know.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
He's like, do crimes.
Do crimes.
Do crimes. Yeah, do crimes. Oh, well, so his whole thing was that, and I guess this is kind of, now that I think about it, and now that I know more, this is kind of taking a page out of Judge Death. Rico in the movie, his belief was that, and to be fair, they only said this once at the beginning of the movie, so I can see why it would be glossed over. His whole thing was that the difference between guilty and innocent is a matter of timing. So his whole thing was like, okay, if you breathe, you are guilty. So, and that's kind of like what Judge Death was all about, right?
Okay.
Like we get introduced to that guy, and it's just like to live is a crime.
I mean, I guess I understand that because we've talked about how like the law is constantly changing. So to his point, yes, like it's just a matter of timing of whether you break a law or not. Right.
It's not a right opinion, but yeah, that's like the same. It's the same viewpoint basically. They basically just like, okay, look, I
understand the viewpoint, but the whole plot of like, let me just break out of prison and kill people, I guess, was just confusing to me. But anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So now that I've, now that we've read through the first 4 volumes of Judge Dredd, I see now that the people who made this movie basically took that portion of the comic line and they like flipped through it. They just took a thumb on the paper and just flipped through it. That's what it felt like. They saw all the pretty pictures and they're like, let's use that.
Yeah. So like the whole movie, and I think this is part of the reason why it was hard to follow the plot, even though I had the context of the comics. The whole movie was just a modge podge of random shit from the comics.
Yeah.
And like they took certain plot devices from certain stuff and just like took certain storylines from other stuff and just kind of like combined it all. like, I kind of got like the whole, remember we talked about Judge Cal, right?
Yeah.
I kind of got like uprising, like dictator Judge Cal vibes.
Uh-huh.
But then instead of using Judge Cal, they used Judge Griffin.
Yeah.
Which, like, Griffin is good.
He's a good guy.
He's
yes.
a good guy.
And, you know, I would not have known that. I did not know that the first time I watched. But now that I know who Judge Griffin is, that is actually very disappointing.
Yeah, they could have just replaced the name and said Judge Cal. And I mean, it's disregarding that fact, it was still incorrect because they sort of used, like, I got Judge Cal uprising authoritarian vibes. Kind
of, except it didn't even go that far.
It didn't go that far.
It
was just weird.
Nothing happened. It was just like, it was stopped before anything could happen, really.
Yeah. I guess we can just backtrack and we can go from the beginning to the end. I guess, okay, initial thoughts. I thought Judge Dredd, played by Sylvester Stallone, was a pretty good fit.
Actually, yes. I'm glad you said that. I knew you'd say that. Yes,
he had cheesy lines.
He had cheesy lines.
But I thought it was a really good fit.
you know Judge Dredd's iconic lines of "I knew you'd say that" and
or just
the ones we all know and love.
Or just like what was it? Those lines related to like, I'm gonna judge you or whatever.
I'll be the judge of that.
I'll be the judge of that. Was so. I'll be the judge of that. That's what he said. Like, it fucking triggered me because it was so cheesy.
I really enjoyed that line though. It's I'll be the judge of that.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good fit. My initial impression was that Judge Dredd also could have honestly been played by Arnold Schwarzenegger if they wanted to go that route.
Right. They may have. Wait, did we discuss this? That they were. I think they originally were going to go with.
I don't think
Arnold.
We discussed this.
I think they were originally going to go with Arnold. Maybe.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe
okay.
maybe I'm getting my movies confused. But I feel like that was the case.
Okay. Well, regardless, I do think as we continued to watch the movie, I decided that Sylvester Stallone was honestly a better fit than Arnold. Just because I think the accent of Arnold Schwarzenegger
it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
I definitely think both actors were a good fit, but Sylvester Stallone was a better fit. Also, weirdly enough, Sylvester Stallone, with his strong jawline, is really similar to the comics Judge Dredd.
Yes. It's no, you literally could not, like, in terms of physical appearance, you could not get a better actor to portray Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
And that's, I will say that I will give the movie this. Visually, it does fit the comics very well.
Yes.
Almost like to a fault even. Like fun fact, those Lawmasters.
The Lawmasters were like really similar.
Yes, they were really similar, but because they were so similar, and the tires were so honking big, they could not turn very well. Like, this is a little behind the scenes thing I know.
Oh,
they could not turn that well because of how accurate they were.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, like you see someone like veer to the side a little.
Yeah, because they were so chunky.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's how accurate they were made. Yeah. That's what I mean by to a fault.
Considering the visuals were so accurate, but yet the plot was so far from it. I hate how well done like the visuals were, considering, it's a product of its time.
Right.
Just putting that out there, because some of the visuals were cheesy, but it's well done for 1995. Kind of like I was comparing it in the beginning to Star Wars, like the early Star Wars movies. Like, it's well done, but still kind of a product of its time.
Right. Yeah.
But considering the visuals were so good, and like clearly the tech team like were on the ball with this, I really wish the writing was on the ball too. Yeah, and it was not.
That's the sad thing about actually both of these movies. They are two sides of the same coin.
Oh God. Wait, are you telling me that the second movie is bad too?
No. Here's what I mean by it.
Okay.
They are two parts of a perfect whole.
Okay.
Both of these movies are missing something that the other one has.
Oh, okay.
But I still think that the second movie is way better because it's the spirit that matters. It's the spirit of like the core, the writing, the story. That's really what makes it.
Right.
Visually, it's perfect.
Right.
Very perfect. But yeah, in terms of like writing and just consistencies and accuracies.
Yes, because it was the writing and the consistencies that I was like, this movie is terrible.
Yeah, it was not accurate at all.
It infuriated me.
Yeah, at one point Cassie was like, I'm pissed.
I was.
And I was just laughing at the fact that that I didn't really realize that it would be like this. There were some things I had forgotten, mainly because I did not know the significance of certain elements of the story.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know who the Angel Gang was. And then they showed up and like, oh God, that's right. Now I know who they are. And now I know that they actually show up in this movie for some reason.
And that's what I mean by this movie was just like a modge podge of random bullshit. Like they bring in Rico, Judge Dredd's brother. They bring in the Angel Gang. They have like Judge Cal elements, but don't call him Judge Cal, and they have Judge Griffin instead, which is stupid.
And Judge Griffin didn't have the eye patch either.
Yeah, and then they bring in the long walk, which we talked about this previously of like it was incorporated into this movie, but that was just like a one-off story in the comics and then never talked about ever again.
Right. But I did like the aspect of the long walk, but I forgot that in the movie it was actually mandatory for retirement.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
I mean, I guess we'll get into more of the details later on my thoughts on that. But like, I guess going back to the beginning, so they had this thing in the movie called the Aspen Penal Colony.
Right, and that does not exist.
Okay.
As far as I know.
I needed to clear. I was like, that's not a thing,
if
right?
that does exist, I'm not aware.
Okay.
But yeah, like, I mean, because we read the Cursed Earth saga, and they trekked they did a straight line between Mega City 1 and Mega City 2, and they pretty much cut across the dead middle of the country. They would have mentioned Aspen if that had existed.
Right.
So I feel like Aspen Penal Colony was a on-world version of the prison they have up in space.
Right, but what's weird is that...
What was it, like on Neptune or something?
Or like Jupiter?
Or like a moon of Jupiter?
Yeah, I thought it was a moon of Jupiter.
It may have been a moon around Jupiter.
Yeah,
one of them.
So the prison but it was specifically for judges versus there's other prisons.
Aspen Penal Colony seems like a little broader than that.
Yeah, because it was for everyone.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Very weird.
Just like overall, seeing the comics adapted into a movie format, I would say it's the same equivalent as adapting a book into a movie. And it's not really done justice if there's so many details that you have to consolidate into an hour and a half.
Yeah. This is the curse of anyone who enjoys the source material. There are going to be inaccuracies, but I feel like
But with this one, it was horrendous.
Yeah, it was definitely horrendous. Definitely.
Like, I've read books and then watched the movies and still enjoyed the movies. This movie, I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, this whole time, I was like, oh my God.
It was still fun. I mean, I'm still like, look, I know it, as much as it pissed you off. I will say that it's still a blessing to even have gotten a Judge Dredd movie.
I guess.
And I do wonder if it may have helped bring the second one about. Like, if they're like, we got to do it better.
Yeah. Just
like the fact that we have even one Judge movie, let alone two, is just a blessing on this earth. Yeah. And I feel like we're more lucky to have it than cursed.
I guess so.
It is nice to see, like, you know, Judge Dredd on the screen portrayed in live action and all these things, like, you know, the lawmaster, the lawgiver.
Yeah.
And also considering the fact that this is probably the most visually accurate it's going to be. I will just tease for the second movie. They do kind of like make it more practical.
Okay.
With a lot of the visual elements.
Okay. It's
going to feel a little different and weird, but it will probably grow on you. In terms of other things, it will be better. But we're not going to like hop right into that. I think that would be best if we just let that simmer a little.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll get to that eventually, some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got notes too. Also.
Yeah.
What's the first thing I wrote down? I think Griffin as a bad guy definitely is off-putting.
Yeah.
He is, I mean, for those of you who don't know, he is a really cool guy in the comics. He was initially just he was an instructor of the academy and then made a part of the council after events.
Wasn't he made a part of the council after the whole Judge Cal stuff?
Yeah, he was also made chief judge.
Yeah, okay.
Because the other guy was like killed or something.
And who was the chief judge before Cal took over?
I completely forget his name, honestly. It was not Fargo, though.
Okay.
Fargo is actually a reference to the very first chief judge.
Okay.
That you see, he's in like a coffin in the Hall of Justice.
Okay, because I was like, I don't think the current chief judge that they sent on the long walk was...
No. Fargo is not even alive in the event. So he's like a founder of Mega City 1, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very weird even having that guy around for the events of this movie.
Right.
They got everything so mixed up. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, let's make Fargo be the cool guy who is alive, and let's have Griffin be the bad guy, and not even give him a cool ass eye patch, and let's give him a foreign accent too. Why not?
Oh, and on top of that, let's have a random fucking dude that's traveling with Judge Dredd this whole time named Fergie.
You caught that?
Yeah, I caught that.
Yeah, so
I literally wrote a note down that I was like, who is the random guy that's been with Dredd this whole time? And then I was like, wait, his name's Fergie?
His name's Fergie. Spelled differently, mind you.
Yeah.
Fergie, as opposed to Fergee.
So that's what I mean by there's elements of the whole like Judge Cal dictator stuff, because
the wall is there, by the way. The wall that is around Mega City 1 as a result of the events of Judge Cal, that is there.
Yeah.
So you can kind of place this after the events of Volume 2 if you wanted to.
Right. But then like Cause didn't Fergie Fergie
was that guy that they found like
he was just
by
like,
the big smelly.
Yeah, he was just like by the big smelly underneath the concrete and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was that kind of dumb dude.
And he did play a part in helping Judge Dredd with the whole Judge Cal stuff, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so that's what I mean by there's elements of the whole like Judge Cal events that happened, but just I guess replace actual Fergie with a random dude named Fergie.
Yeah, so it's like he has in both of those stories he has a sidekick named Fergie, but as opposed to a really dumb meathead, it's a computer hacker.
Yeah.
Who doesn't even do a whole lot of hacking.
No, he's just there.
He's just there to make jokes.
Well, and that's why when the Angel Gang just showed up out of nowhere, I was like, why is this dude here? Why did they capture Judge Dredd and this random guy?
Because no one knows how to write a one-character story.
They're just like, yeah.
There always needs to be a supporting character in these things.
Like, what's the importance of this dude that the Angel Gang was like, yes, let's capture him as well?
He's just there.
Yeah, he's just there. Oh, God. Okay.
So, the Angel Gang was there.
Okay, I guess while we're on the train of thought of the Angel Gang, why were they religious? But then cannibals?
I don't know. I don't know why they felt like they had to do that for the movie.
Like, that's so dumb. I was like, what the hell?
And the Lord will Lord.
I was like, well, what? That was so confusing.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, fun fact. Pa Angel was played by the guy who played Herschel in The Walking Dead.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, that was him.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, because he had all his like facial hair off.
Oh, damn.
And also he was younger, so.
Yeah.
He was younger, but yeah, it was just. And of course, I did not know that at the time.
Yeah.
But I did look through the cast prior to us watching this today, and I was like, oh crap, that's him. Oh, by the way, speaking of the Angel Gang, I will say that Mean Machine Angel, I feel like he definitely was portrayed accurately, weirdly enough.
Yes, I agree. The only thing that confused me, though, is the dial on his forehead. I noticed that other people could just, like, spin it.
Right.
And just move it on their own. Versus I feel like in the comics, he kind of controlled that himself and nobody else could control it.
Well, I feel like it's just no one else touched the dial.
Oh. Versus they just willy-nilly, like, shut up, touch the dial and, like, when it put it back to 0.
Right.
So that was just interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting is one way to put it, for sure.
Yeah. I want to go back to our point about consistency.
Yeah, more like accuracy.
Yeah. So I wrote down how like they had the plot of Judge Dredd getting wrongfully convicted of murder.
Right. That is a thing that happened in the Tyrant Cal story.
Yeah. So what's interesting is that in that moment, they're like, ah, yes, the only sentence for you for judges is death. But then if that's the case, why was Rico in prison when he was also a judge, as we have already established?
Because they were trying to cover up the whole Janus project thing.
Okay, then why not just kill him? They could have killed him too.
Then there would have been a body? I don't know. I mean, because it was all like a DNA thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the other thing, the Janus Project. I'm pretty sure that does not exist in the comics at all.
No. So.
And they completely changed Judge Dredd's backstory and Rico's. This is what I was talking about. They superhero-fied him. Like they really they action movied the hell out of him.
Yeah, so this was the moment where I got pissed.
Yeah, I saw your body language change drastically after that scene. You were like just throwing your hands up in the air. And
yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? And I literally was like, okay, pause it, and wrote down, what the fuck is this plot? And like, what is this bullshit that they come up with? Where they were just like, created a Janus project, and then they were
Janus project.
Janus, and I'm like,
because it rhymes with anus.
Yes, anus project.
They released the Janus files.
Yes, they did.
Finally, we can hold the people in charge responsible.
And the fact that also he didn't know Rico was his brother that whole time, but like
they changed so much.
They're like, because like he knew Rico was his brother in the comics. He knew they were both judges, and then Rico turned bad.
Yeah.
And did they even establish Judge Dredd's backstory with his childhood at all?
Not really. The most you get of his backstory is just the whole thing with Rico.
Okay, so they didn't even establish that they're like, because in the movie it's like, oh, I had a family, and I'm like, what family? and then they just like manipulate the crap out of.
Yeah, he didn't have a family. That was the twist.
Well, he didn't have a family because he was created in a lab along with his brother, I guess. But right. I'm just like, even in the movie, they haven't really established he has a family, but he's just kind of assumed that he does, but just like they're not around.
But no, he just ends up being like a genetic experiment, which is very weird. A very weird choice for your Judge Dredd movie.
Yeah.
Man. God, it's so wrong. It felt so wrong. I feel like even that part of the movie, when I first watched it, that even like felt wrong to me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this doesn't seem right, but I'm going to roll with it because I don't know better.
Right. And then like going back to the original Tyrant Cal plot, they used a robot to like...
They used a Judge Dredd robot, like a fake robot to frame him.
Was there anything with DNA with that?
No. I will say that was actually smarter, a smarter way to frame Judge Dredd than just have a robot show up that looks like him. Because there's more forensics going on there.
I guess, but that also equally pissed me off.
Yeah?
Yeah, because DNA is not identical.
Well, there was the whole like lab thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there was the whole lab and like he's a clone, but they didn't look the same.
Right. No, we got Sylvester Stallone and the guy who looks like evil Simon Cowell.
Yeah. Like they didn't look the same, so I guess they were genetic clones of each other. So I guess that can kind of plot device right away the whole like 100% DNA match thing, but they're like, oh yeah, like when they framed him they were like, oh yeah, it was a 100% DNA match, and I just got pissed off because sibling DNA is not identical.
It's not. Like
even identical twins don't have 100% identical DNA.
Right, yeah.
So, like, I guess the clone storyline can make up for that, but it's still, I'm just like, this whole thing is wrong.
It's so wrong. It's very wrong. Yeah. Yeah, I did not like the But now that I know better, now that I know that he's just like a guy, he's just supposed to be like a guy who just ended up being the perfect cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not what you want to see.
What
else do I have here? Oh, I mean, okay, and then here's another glaring difference between this version of Judge Dredd and the Judge Dredd in the comics. He takes off his helmet.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
He never takes off his helmet.
He never, ever takes off his helmet. He did one time, but that was like in, pre-volume 5. And then even then, they didn't show his face.
Yeah, they censored that shit.
Yeah, they censored like, oh, God, what's wrong with his face? And probably nothing's wrong with his face, but like...
They just don't want to really...
but yeah, that's the character. He's like he's supposed to be he's like a faceless embodiment of the law.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, it's Sylvester Stallone, so we gotta show his face.
Right.
Oh, and here's the other thing. Sylvester Stallone's eyes are not blue.
Wait, really?
They gave him contact lenses for that movie.
What? Why?
Right? Why do they...
If Judge Dredd never shows his face, and that's the whole thing of the comics, you don't need to give him contact lenses.
I feel like that detail tells you everything you need to know about the people who were behind this film.
God.
Oh, and also, fun fact, I don't know if this was obvious, but John Wagner did not like the story for this.
Okay, good, because this whole thing was horrendous.
Yeah.
How did they even get the go-ahead to write this movie?
I haven't looked too much into that part, but I think someone wanted to make a Judge Dredd movie, and the said movie was going to be American made, and John Wagner had to... I don't know. I don't know how much influence he had. Clearly not a lot. Did we even see his name in the...
I don't think we did.
Yeah. And you know what? Nor should he have his name attached to this.
But, don't you need permission from the original
I have no idea
creator?
What happened. Who knows, man?
How did that even happen?
It is a mystery. Guess I should have looked into it a little more.
I wonder if maybe they somehow got the go-ahead from John Wagner or somebody, but then the person was not, super involved in the creation of the movie, and that was a big mistake, because it was clearly, the writing was terrible, so...
Yeah, he takes off his helmet, he's got blue eyes, everything, his whole backstory is wrong, everything about him is wrong.
And then all of the different random plot devices in the movie are, a Mod Podge of random bullshit. The Angel Gang shouldn't have even been there, in my opinion.
Right, and they don't even spend that long out in the Cursed Earth.
No, they don't.
It just felt like oh yeah, we got to go out on the Cursed Earth for 5 minutes, and then let's go back. Yeah. Very, very weird choice. Oh, speaking of interesting choices, and this is less of a bad choice and more of just a okay. So that robot. The robot that Rico uses.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was.
So that is not in the comics.
Okay.
But it is an A comic. And I would not have known this if I had not looked into other comics that had been made by John Wagner. There is a comic series called ABC Warriors. It is about robot soldiers. I don't know that much more about it, but it's one of his other comics that people tend to recommend a lot. So they made a singular reference to another comic of his.
And they said something about a war. Is that the reference?
There was a war in Judge Dredd. We know that for certain.
Yeah.
So I think there was also a war in ABC Warriors.
Because they just said a generic, just very vague reference to a war.
Yeah. That might have been the war that led to the events of Judge Dredd. I'm not certain. Unless
they were talking about, they could have been talking about, again, the war with Tyrant Cal, but then there was shit related to...
No, I don't think it was that.
Yeah, because there was stuff actively happening related to certain plot devices of the whole Tyrant Cal stuff. But, why would they use these robots in the original war when everything got bombed to hell and created the Cursed Earth in the first place? They just... Again, it was just one of those random writing bullshit moments that I'm what is going on?
Yeah.
How did you feel about the weird romance and sexual tension happening between Judge Dredd and Judge Hershey?
So that's the thing. It wasn't there until it finally was at the very end, I feel like.
There was some moments where I
guess, but it didn't really... It wasn't really broadcast until the very end when there was a straight up kiss.
I mean, there was that one moment when they were like... He, like, backed her into a wall and, like, put down the gun. And I felt like in that scene... I guess
that's where it starts. But, it does not happen that often in the movie where,
True.
It's coming out of nowhere. And, okay,
yeah,
so, like...
I think the only reason why I sensed it is because this movie was so bad. I'm like, of course they need a fucking romance side character. Because why wouldn't they?
Because they are action movie heroing the hell out of Judge Dredd with this.
So, of course he needs a romance plot, even if it's, like, the most minute thing ever. Like, they could have just gone without it.
Right.
And so, I mean, so there was that one scene where, like, she was like, I don't know if I can trust you. And then he's like, you can trust me, and put her gun down, basically. And then they were having that weird conversation. And I chuckled at this conversation because he was explaining, oh, yeah, I'm a clone. That must be why I have no emotions. And she's like, you did that to yourself.
Damn, Hershey, tell it like it really is.
I know. I was like, oh shit! Like, wow, that's not. This needed to be a moment where she's like consoling him or whatever. That was more of like a diss.
And that's another reason why like the romance is so out of left field, because like they I feel like for most of the movie they are projecting like their relationship is broadcast like it is in the comics where they're just work associates.
Yeah.
And they sometimes team up on the job, and Judge Dredd does not have any romantic partners. Let me make that clear. In the comics, he does not have any sort of romance what's going on whatsoever.
I mean, besides Rico, his brother in the comics, he also has no association with any family. Well, I guess there was the small Vienna niece.
Yeah,
moment,
Vienna.
But that was out of left field.
Right.
So I'm kind of writing that off.
Yeah, probably for the best.
But besides Rico, like, he has no romances. He has no family, like, anything. At most, he's got Walter, his robot, and his fucking cleaner lady.
Who, I don't even know if they're going to be in volume 5.
Yeah, they haven't made an appearance for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, going back to you did that to yourself. I'm like, damn, okay. But there was like, I don't know if you noticed, there was slight sexual tension in that scene because she had her hand on his arm, and the way she delivered that line was supposed to be like it was supposed to be like a caring moment, but the line itself, the words were not caring at all. And then just the fucking kiss at the end. God,
I was at that point. I was like, God damn it! Like
that pissed me off so much. I'm like, seriously?
Hashtag not my Judge Dredd.
Yeah, legit. Hashtag not my Judge Dredd. Not my Hershey either. Like, she could have just been there without being a romance, like, plot development. Jesus.
I don't think we mentioned this. Judge Hershey is also a character in the comics. She was a main side character in the Judge Child's Quest storyline.
Yeah.
And she did show up a little later. She is one of, I mean, at this point in the comics...
Did she die?
No, she's still alive.
Oh, okay. Who was it? Pepper? Who died?
Judge Pepper died.
Judge Pepper died.
And he was pretty cool. I don't think he was in this movie.
No, he wasn't.
If he was, actually, you know what? Can you look up Judge Dredd cast real quick?
Yes, I can.
Just go through the list of judges. If he was in there, I would not know, because there was a council.
Yeah.
I don't think they were named.
I mean, they definitely did not name a lot of judges, I would say.
Right. There was a character who I thought might be Judge Giant, and then he got killed off immediately. He had like 30 seconds on screen, if even. While you are looking that up, I will say... The what are they called? In the comics, there's a division of judges that is specialized for judging the judges.
Yes.
The judge hunters, or I don't know if they're called that in the comics, but it is the SJS.
Yes.
The Special Judicial Squad.
Yeah.
They were in this movie, and of course they had to be because there was, Judge Dredd gets framed,
right,
and he has to be put on a judge trial. So they are involved. I did think their armor looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like it was, I forget what it looks like in the comics. It might just be like a different coloration of the judge uniform.
So I'm actually glad you brought that up because when I was seeing different uniforms, I was like, who are these guys?
Right. There's these guys in gray uniforms.
Yes.
And I don't know what they were about. But they're like the first guys you see. They're like within the wall.
Yeah.
When the prisoners are getting taken back in after they were released from prison. Yeah. Not sure what was going on there.
And then the SJS their uniform was all blacked out.
Yeah, they were like in black. They had a full cover helmet that completely covered their face.
Yeah.
I thought they looked actually pretty cool.
Right.
But yeah, the guys in the gray uniforms inside the wall, not sure what they were about.
Yeah, that was weird.
I mean, if that's a detail in the comics, that's probably something we don't know yet.
Yeah, maybe later on.
I can only imagine that it's a detail they took from the comics.
Okay.
But like literally, I feel like most of the stuff that was referenced is stuff we already knew.
Right. Yes.
Which is actually pretty good because I could have sworn there may have been like something that maybe we hadn't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a relief.
So okay, for the cast, we got Judge Dredd, we got Rico, we got Fergie, Judge Hershey. Oh yeah, Dr. Ilsa Hayden.
She was not in the comics.
Yeah, no, the one random Asian.
She was just there to grow tits.
Yeah, that was wild.
I don't know how they did. Maybe she like pushed them together or something. But yeah, you were right. That one scene, she just suddenly had all the cleavage.
Yeah,
she was there so that the female supporting character for Judge Dredd could have a woman to punch.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why she was there. That was it.
I was kind of groaning inside when that was happening. I was like, oh, God, man, they have to have the cat fight, of course.
Right. They have to. Well, so the reason why I was like, hold on, she has tits now? Like, the reason why I blurted that out was because there's plenty of other scenes. Well, not plenty, but, other scenes with this random Asian doctor.
Random Asian doctor?
Yeah, well, she was. Just like, helping Rico, the bad guys, whatever. And her outfit is like the neckline is low and okay, whatever, fine. But like she had a bit of cleavage, but not crazy.
I don't think we should focus on this too much.
Well, no, okay. I'll move on in a second. But then just one single scene for like 2 seconds, they showed her for no reason at all. And she just had all the cleavage. And then that was it.
That shot was probably intentional. Like, hey, do this real quick. This was in the requirement. We have this the director printed out this bullet point list in Comic Sans 11-point font that we need to follow. So guys, we need to get the boob shot, okay? And then we're gonna move on.
God.
Oh man. How else can we pick this movie apart? Let's see. We're kind of moving down this list kind of quickly.
Right. I think I already got through all of my stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I jumped around quite a bit as we just did flow of consciousness, but
right. I've got a few other things. Oh, one other thing actually. First of all,
wait, sorry, we got sidetracked. We totally got sidetracked. I was going over the judges for you.
Oh yeah, you were going down the cast.
Okay, that's why I got to random Dr. Asian Lady.
Yeah, that should be her name now.
Moving on, Chief Justice Fargo.
Okay. They called them Chief Justice, not Chief Judge.
Yeah.
I think that was different. I don't think they have that title in the comics.
Yeah, no.
If they do, we haven't gotten there yet.
Judge Evelyn McSomething, it got cut off.
Okay.
And then we got Judge Griffin, someone named Geiger.
Geiger was the guy at the pawn shop.
Oh, okay. And then we got Me Machine Angel, Pa Angel, Junior Angel, Judge Carlos something, Esp something.
That sounds like a side character that gets killed off immediately in the comics. Who else?
Okay. Twist. I don't know. Twist. Look at the middle. Twist. I don't even remember him.
Me neither. Anyway.
Warden Miller. That was the guy that died in the beginning.
Yeah.
When Rico escaped. Locker judge?
Like in the locker room?
Oh, maybe.
They probably just had the same guy showing up again and again.
Block warlord.
The guy in the... Okay, so now we're just getting to really irrelevant side characters.
Yeah.
Any council members in there? Any? Just skipped around to the judges.
We got Judge Silver. I think Judge Silver was one of the council guys. Yeah. Do you recognize his face, Judge Silver? That was one of the council guys. He was the guy that was like, we can't be playing God or whatever.
Right.
Chief Judge Hunter. No.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, no, they didn't name any of the council people.
So weird. Yeah, okay, so I guess Judge Pepper was not in there. If he was, they would have killed him off again. So, I guess it's better not knowing if that was supposed to be him in there.
Poor Pepper.
Yeah. Justice for Pepper.
Yeah. But anyway, no, they didn't name a lot of judges, and the judges they did name, they just got totally wrong.
Oh, man. Yep, so kind of a disaster. There was one other thing I wanted to mention, which is the Lawmaster. They can fly in the movie.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I don't know.
They're like hover bikes almost. Yeah. But then instead of just like staying close to the ground, they just go up in the air.
Yeah, and I don't know if they can do that in the comics.
In the comics, they have wheels.
They have wheels. They always have wheels.
And they're never like in the sky. They have different law-related vehicles for flying.
Right. Yes, they have the like the squad. I forget what they call them in the comics, but yeah, they got there's like hovercraft that can drop down and like dispense judges on the streets.
Yeah,
they kind of like grapple down on ropes and whatever. But yeah, so I don't think they can fly in the comics.
Definitely not.
If they can, again, we wouldn't have gotten to that point yet. But I think it might be safe to say that since there are no flying cars in Judge Dredd, at least not that I know of, it seems to all be ground vehicles.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be flying, the Lawmaster's going to be flying, because that's the only reason why you would have a flying Lawmaster.
Right.
To keep up with flying citizen vehicles. The whole... It seems like the whole point of having the Lawmasters fly was just in the movie so they could have that sick-ass chase scene.
Yeah.
Well, I say sick ass. It was unhinged as fuck. It was really... That whole chase scene with the Lawmasters was really unhinged.
It was...
And I was trying not to laugh because there were so many explosions.
Yeah.
There were so many explosions.
Well, there was this one explosion towards the end of the chase scene where I was thinking...
too big.
It was way too big, and the flames went over Judge Dredd and Fergie. Like, they got caught up in the flames, and somehow they made it out of that. And I was like, they would not be alive.
No, they would not.
Like, it was just... That whole chase scene was purely there to have a chase scene.
Right. I think they did flying because they could not do a ground chase because of the way that the bikes were made.
Yeah.
Because the tires were, again, too fat.
Yeah.
So they opted for a green screen flying bike chase scene, which ended up being super over the top Michael Bay. Man, I didn't even know a hologram could kill a man, but
wait, do you think that's why there was a lot of other vehicles that were flying in the movie?
So they could justify the bikes flying? Probably. They
had this whole like bike flying chase scene plot at the end of the movie, and they're like, wait, we need all of the vehicles to fly.
Yeah. Yeah, they did show a lot of flying vehicles at the start, and I don't know if we have that in the comics, gotta be honest.
We don't. Other than the dedicated flying vehicles, like we have dedicated planes in real life, all vehicles are ground vehicles, and they just accommodate it by a bunch of roads.
Yeah.
On multiple levels and stories and bridges, I guess, or I don't know, maybe random hover devices to make the bridges hover, which we've talked about in previous episodes.
Yeah.
But whatever comic logic they're using there, they have roads, no flying vehicles.
Right. Yeah, so that was... Just add that to the list of a huge bunch of inaccuracies in this movie. Believe it or not, I actually don't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, I don't either. God.
It was it was great having an excuse to watch it again. That being said, it was also like horrifying to see all the inaccuracies, but it was still fun.
I'm going to be honest. I'm glad we watched it together, but then just wrote down our thoughts so we could talk about it later.
Right.
Because I would not have enjoyed this movie in the slightest if I was forced to watch this by myself.
And I didn't want to say that, but I did worry about that. So that's why I pushed for us to watch it together at the same time.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I still think we should watch the second one together as well.
Okay.
Oh man, it's gonna be dude.
Okay, because I feel conflicted because a part of me wishes that you warned me that this movie was gonna be bad.
No, I just opted for the same strategy of the way I enjoyed it, which was know nothing,
no information. Yeah, going in blind.
Yeah.
What was the rating of this movie?
Like critically?
Yes. Like IMDb.
I mean,
audience.
Actually, I'm doing a game here, so you should.
Oh wait, yeah.
You should do it.
Okay, so do I need to search like Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, look up Judge Dredd 1995 Rotten Tomatoes. Make sure you specify 1995.
Yeah. Oof.
It's below 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomato meter, which is critics.
Right.
21%.
That's about right.
Popcorn meter, which is audience, 31%.
I thought the audience might enjoy it a little more. I knew they'd do that.
I'm kind of agreeing with the critics on this one.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like 20% is a little too harsh.
I think it's well deserved.
It's still a Judge Dredd movie.
Honestly, I could have gone without it.
Damn.
I looked up IMDb. 5.6 out of 10.
5.6 out of 10. Okay, well that's the better score.
It is the better score, but I choose to believe in Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that the Dredd movie that was released in 2013, I want to say, I do believe that is definitely higher rated. Okay. Don't look it up though, just in case.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
But yeah, that's the only other movie that exists for Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
And we won't be watching that for a while, just because we got to let that simmer. We got to get through a bunch of more recent Judge Dredd comics. We only just finished Volume 4,
right?
Which is where that's like when it was the world was still developing and they were still finding their tone.
Yeah.
And so I did want to talk about that. Now that we're like towards the end of the movie, not the movie, the episode here, I just wanted to sort of reflect on that we are next, in the next episode, we will have read through at least the first half of Volume 5 of Judge Dredd. And that is, just for those who don't know, that is going to be like, this is the first time we will be going through what is recognized as the definitive Judge Dredd. Lots of people will recommend starting at Volume 5 because that is where they stopped changing things around and experimenting, and it's like we've gotten all of the development on the world, so now it's going to be consistent. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're gonna be reading some like this is what Judge Dredd is supposed to be, and I guess we haven't really talked about like what that's going to mean. Mm-mm. And I gotta be honest, even I am not fully aware of what it means, what it's going to mean for Judge Dredd to be like, what the definitive Judge Dredd is. I will just say my main thing that I'm wondering in my head, as you noticed in this movie and in certain story arcs where he has to go on a bit of a journey, he is often shown as a hero.
Yeah.
Right? But the other thing is that he is, as a lawman, and knowing the character and that he's supposed to be like an embodiment of the law and he follows the law to a fault, like he would never disobey law. He would always carry out a law. Yeah. It's his job to know the laws, right?
Right.
So I know that in culture and like in 80s movies, I guess, a lot of like 80s culture in the past, cops have been like, yeah, we're the guys that kick ass and we're like, we saved the day, right? But I mean, it's a little more complicated than that because we can't have bad cops, right? Yeah. And there can be corruption. I don't believe Judge Dredd would ever be corrupted, but I just want to say that I feel like to have him be a hero all the time is probably not something we can expect moving forward.
Okay.
Like, and I don't know for certain, but like, I just know that he is like an enforcer of the law, and the law is not always like gonna be morally Gucci, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, I'm a little like not worried. Like, I mean, I'd be fine with him being framed in that manner. Mm-hmm. But just, you know, it would be weird if he were just shown as a hero. That was my my first impression, though, and the movie does not help.
No, it doesn't.
With that. So, yeah, but I do feel like maybe that we get, you know, that maybe that's a little more interesting. I think he's supposed to be an anti-hero.
Okay.
Which would make more sense because at the end of the day, he is an officer of the law.
Right.
He's not gonna, even if something is morally sound but illegal, he's not gonna go with it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it'll make for interesting conversation at least.
Right. Yeah. I mean, anti-heroes, you can still root for anti-heroes. Like, lots of anti-heroes are still usually seen as good guys.
Right.
But you are allowed to boo them sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think we've already experienced that a little bit in early comics too, of like there were things that were happening that we talked about we didn't like. Right.
Yeah, but was that Judge Dredd doing that? Like, I forget. I did want to like
yes, I think so, cuz we were talking specifically about the random citizen.
Right. The only thing is that's we're not sure if that's going to carry over into the more recent volumes, right?
Yeah. And to clarify for the audience, what were those things called? The random citizen?
Oh, heck if I know. I've already forgotten.
They came and basically invaded your home and just like looked at everything and was like...
Right. They did like a routine surprise citizen search.
Yeah.
They upturn your entire house. Robots come and fix it up after they do all the property damage.
Yeah. So I guess you just can't be attached to any of your belongings because at any moment they could all get destroyed.
Right.
But that was Judge Dredd doing that. I'm pretty sure Judge Dredd has had moments of like interesting character development, and then there was also moments where I wish he could have had character development, but they chose not to do it.
And in the movie, there was character development, but it was all wrong.
The character development.
It was so wrong.
The character development in the movie was all wrong.
All wrong.
Because they were like, oh yeah, like you have no emotions, and then
I feel like they were like, oh, this guy, he has no emotions. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on the human side of Judge Dredd, which is like, okay, sure, make him more relatable, but that's not the character.
Yeah, and then the whole fucking kiss at the end with Hershey, and she's like, isn't it great to have human emotions? And then he smiles and fucking drives off, and I'm like, bro.
I knew you'd do that.
I knew you'd do that.
I knew you'd say that.
God. Oh, that was another random line that was like a catchphrase that he doesn't have.
Yeah, he doesn't have a catch. I mean, I did mention that at the start of this episode. I was sarcastically saying, oh yeah, his two well-known catchphrases. I knew you'd say that and
yeah.
Which he doesn't have any catchphrases. I mean, except for I am the law. He does say that. But he does not say those other things.
I just remembered the that he said when Fergie was like, I think you might need to wipe off the seat during the...
You might need to clean the seat after this.
Yeah, during the police chase. He basically implying he peed himself. And
or shit himself.
Yeah, soiled himself in some manner. And then he was just like, like, you're not... I don't think that would be my reaction if I'm like basically sitting... butt to groin.
Oh no, he's Judge Dredd. He can handle anything, even a near pants shitting right behind him. He's unfazed by that.
But like, if he peed himself, he would feel that, and he just like, goes,
It's like Fergie's behind him, like, oh god, and then Judge Dredd's like, oh god, Taco Bell.
Just the implications of that one line, and then he just goes, just fucking got me, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it was all so wrong, so wrong.
Oh god.
Long story short, they completely action movie heroed the hell out of Judge Dredd.
And I hated every second of it.
They basically coded him to the actor and Hollywood, as Hollywood does.
Yep.
It's a tale as old as time, or a tale as old as Hollywood, I guess.
Insert random romance plot here.
Oh, God. I am glad they had Hershey in there. Don't get me wrong. You know, she is an important female judge character.
Right.
But yeah, but then you find out she's only there to kiss Judge Dredd. So
yeah, and I mean that is unfortunately a woman's stereotype, and I won't get too much into it, but unfortunately, just writing for women in general in movies tends to be horrendous. Of like they're
especially older movies.
Yeah, older movies. But they're only there for like, oh, let's have sexual imagery to like entertain the men, or like, oh, like she's only there for a romance side character for the main character. It's like, okay, have a little bit more creativity. I don't know. Yeah,
there is a I guess I'll say this. I don't want to say too much about the other movie, but there is a female supporting character in that movie, but it's very different.
Okay.
And I will not say who that character is.
It better be better.
Yeah. I can't say anything. I can't say anything.
Okay.
I think we got to get some more of that recent Judge Dredd stuff under our belt first.
Right.
I don't know how long we're going to read that for until we get to that movie, but like I want to see at least the 90s, like to about where this movie was released.
Yeah.
Before we hop into that movie.
Because we're at like 82, right?
Yes. Actually, I don't think I've mentioned that. We are in the 80s now with Judge Dredd. So, and that's a little exciting, honestly. Mm-hmm. I feel like the 80s it's where a lot of culture kind of like got enhanced.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like, you know, we're going to see a lot more interesting things, especially now that we're going to be reading volume 5, and it's probably going to be nonstop, just like good stories. I don't think, like, the kind of stories we've questioned in the past, I don't think there was a single one of those in the first half of volume 5.
Okay.
So I'm really excited for that, and I'm really excited to just get into that. So yeah, we will be, that is to say that, you know, of course, the next episode will not be for a while, but it'll be worth the wait. But when we come back, we will have read that first half, and we will be discussing it, and it'll be good. Yeah, we're going to get back to the comics next episode. So stay tuned for that. And that being said, I think that's all there is to say.
Yeah.
What a movie.
What a movie.
What a movie.
That's one way to describe it.
But hey, yeah, they got a few things right and nothing else.
What did they get right?
The visuals.
Oh, okay, yes.
That was the only thing they got right.
I hated the entire plot, so I was like, what did they get right?
Mega City 1, Lawmasters, Judge uniform, Sylvester Stallone, good fit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was it.
But the writing just overshadows all of that. So I was just like, what did they get right?
I guess the soundtrack was okay too. Like, I mean, obviously the comics don't have a soundtrack, so yes. I guess it worked. And shout out to James Earl Jones, may he rest in peace, for narrating the beginning crawl of the. It's like, in the future, and I'm like, thank you, Darth Vader, very cool.
Thank you. Thank
like,
you.
He's only like the narrator and no one else, which is hilarious.
Well, and you know what's funny? You look up the cast and it literally says narrator under his name.
Oh, that's okay. At least they credit him.
Yeah, they do credit him.
Okay, that's good. But I forgot that he was the narrator for that beginning crawl where they just kind of contextualize the world.
Yeah. Only minor thing I disliked is he said cursed.
You're allowed to say cursed. It's fine.
I don't know.
That's
man.
A pronunciation.
I guess it is. It's a pronunciation, but I just.
But speaking of pronunciation, that was not a pronunciation. Yeah, that was a pronunciation. Just a light shitting on siblings.
I guess it just triggered me because we've been saying cursed this whole time. And then
we have.
Like, cursed.
Well, to be fair, we're only reading the word.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fine. You can go your whole life reading a word and then just find out that people pronounce it the other way. Like me with wyvern.
Oh, yeah.
I say wyvern because it was never spoken out loud until like I got to like a few years ago. Anyway, we're getting off topic. I think I should wrap this up now. Thank you everyone so much for watching or listening. Please don't forget to leave a like on this. We would really appreciate it, especially if you enjoyed. If you're here at this point, please leave a like. Like, you guys, it would be so cool. It would be so cool of you.
Begging.
Well, I mean, anyway, this doesn't get as much audience viewership as other stuff. So I kind of have to beg, you know? If you're enjoying this, if you think this deserves more of a spotlight, then please leave a like. And you can check out more of this season. There's a playlist below. If you want to go check out the season 1, you can. No one's stopping you. That's, very different. I'm even tempted to call it a prototype at this point, but yeah. But, also, of course, subscribe, please. Please subscribe. It'd be awesome. I feel like maybe most people that are watching this or listening to this are already subscribed, and that's expected. But you can always subscribe if you're new. If you're new here, if this is the first thing of mine that you're like experiencing, that would be wild. Don't snicker. Anyway, and also there's a Let's Play that I haven't finished editing yet that I recorded with Cassie here, and it's a riot. Check it out. It's Night in the Woods. 6 episodes out so far. Guys, go check it out. Okay, and yeah, that's it. We will see you guys in the next one. Until next time.
Adios. Me to this movie.
I need to say that.
Well, Mr. Funny Man, is this how you get your sick kicks?
What? It's just an ordinary crabby. Oh my goodness!